nets, I want to say, over in China. He hasn't said a doggone thing. Nothing. In other words, he's shut up and played, which again is fine. He doesn't want to endanger his Nike deal. He doesn't want to endanger distribution of his new movie that's coming out. All that's fine. But he's chosen to take the money instead of speak out. That's fine. But James, don't you ever, ever, ever run your pie hole about social justice when you come to this country. You have elected to shut up and play in China. You better shut up and play here too. Now, what does the strong man always say? If you want the answers to any question, follow the money. Plain and simple. Follow the money. Businesses, Hollywood, recording artists, NBA stars, all have the opportunity to make huge sums of money in China. And they're bowing to government wishes, the wishes of an oppressive government, and taking the cash. Most of these people, NBA stars, Hollywood people, recording artists, actors and actresses, they're traditionally left-leaning in their politics. That's kind of how they are, okay? And they're taking the money. And it's following a trend that I have been discussing and noting for over 10 years. And that trend is the left now controls the money in America. They just do. Not all of it, but much of it. I mean, look at the big money people: Warren Buffett, Jeff Bezos, Zuckerberg, Bill Gates, almost all of Hollywood, recording artists, NBA stars. Almost all of them lean left. And most all of them are huge social justice warriors. But they embrace a repressive, totalitarian, communist regime in China because, get ready for it, they want the money. Now, I'm not a fan of this tactic or this decision. The Chinese government is an inherently evil entity. They just are. Remember the Tiananmen Square, the protester who stood in the middle of Tiananmen Square protesting the Chinese government? They ran over him with a tank. Okay? That government has not changed. Now, this whole Chinese trade thing, a lot of people think the Chinese government is saying, you know what, we don't need to negotiate a trade deal. We'll just wait 2 years when the United States has a new election and we will have perhaps a new president in charge. Maybe he won't be as harsh on us as Trump, so we'll just wait. President Xi will be president of China until he dies. They don't have free elections over there. He's president for life. He did have some opposition. Not anymore, because he threw them in jail, and many of them he killed. Okay, that's our Chinese government, okay? How do I know this? Not just because of what I read, okay? I'm not particularly a fan of this tactic. I'm not particularly a fan of this decision. But they've made it, which is fine, because the Chinese government is inherently evil. And I've been to China, and I've been to Hong Kong. And let me tell you, folks, they are not the same. Not the same at all. Okay, I've ran my pie hole for a long time talking about the problems. Now, is there a solution to fixing this problem? There absolutely is, okay? And that's to guide China towards a path of fairness and freedom by keeping our ideals, not compromising for the dollar, okay? Now, when the people of China, 1.3 billion of them, see how we do things, see how we live, see how freedom trumps the quick buck in the long run, I think they'll strive to get on the bus. Because no matter how much the communist regime tries to stifle the good news that comes out of the West, the people end up getting it after all. Okay? I think that the Hollywood people, that the NBA, that businesses are going down the wrong path by kowtowing to the Chinese government. Now, they can do it if they want, but they better do it here just like they do it there. But that's the problem. They're not. It's a double standard. Why is that? Because in this country, you can be a social justice warrior, and it probably isn't going to affect your bottom line. Sure, you'll have boycotts, like Nike, okay? Nike did some things that angered some people, and there were a lot of people that boycotted Nike. But by the same token, there were a lot of people who thought Nike was doing the right thing. So they bought more Nike stuff. So this group bought less, that group bought more, and it was a wash. So Nike can afford to do that in this country. They can't do it there. What does that tell you about a company like Nike? It tells me that they're morally bankrupt. But again, if you want to be that way, fine. But then don't play social justice warrior here if you're not going to play it there. Okay? A social justice warrior here and a daddy Warbucks there. You just showed me who you are, which again, that's fine. You chose to shut up and play, shut up and act, shut up and sing, shut up and sell in China. That's fine. But don't you ever, ever play a social justice warrior card here in the USA ever again. And when you do, I will call you out on it. And you should too. Where do we go from here? It's up to you. It's up to the NBA. I don't know what's going to happen in the future. Maybe more NBA players will speak out against China. Maybe they won't. But whatever they do here, they need to do there. If it were me, and it's not, I wouldn't take the money. Because some of these players are worth hundreds of millions of dollars. And I understand that many of them, actors, actresses, sports stars, recording artists, came from very modest means. And their families never had anything. And they now have a lot, with the opportunity to have a whole lot more. They have the opportunity to really be someone, to really make a difference. And I respect that. And I don't hold any animosity towards anybody who says, I'm going to take my wealth and do something good with it. A lot of actors and actresses and recording artists and athletes do this. They have their benevolent funds where they help out poor people. They give kids scholarships. They pay for schools. They give huge endowments to schools to help out people of a certain ethnic group or social economic group. And I think all that's fine. But you can't go to China and play that card there. See where I'm coming from? If you agree with me, if you disagree with me, I would love to discuss this further. Okay, send me an email, jamesstrongshow@hotmail.com. Tell me what you think. I answer all my emails. That's it. I'm done. I'm done running my mouth. Have a good weekend, folks. It's going to be a beautiful day in the Midwest. I hope it's going to be a beautiful day where you are. And until next time, this is James Strong saying, adios.